Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I want to do a review of Block D. So first, let's go over what we were trying to achieve. So the I can statements from this assignment are: I can choose the best front view of a part, I can apply measurements according to the dimension guidelines, and I included a link for those in this review space, and I can demonstrate an understanding of datum dimensioning. Feedback from Block D. Did you choose the best front view? That was one of the things you were supposed to do in this, and a lot of you just went with whatever popped up first. Are the projections correct? Some of you just kind of inserted random things around, and there were specific requirements for projections. Did you dimension hidden lines? Did you duplicate measurements? Did you indicate the same measurement in different ways, like measuring it from the top and then from the bottom in another view? And did you fully describe the height, width, and depth of the part? As far as the best front view, if you just left it with the bottom showing, that was not the best front view. I would have selected this view. There would have been more than one choice for this view. So I like this one because I felt like it gave me the most information about the part. When you place your views, it's important to make sure you do the top front right, projecting everything from the front view here. And that way everything lines up here and lines up here. Some of you were just inserting different views randomly. And then the other thing that's not shown on this diagram is you would have turned on hidden lines for these three views. The isometric view has to be shaded and nothing should overlap. So the key to understanding datum views, let's look at the height here, is you choose a reference edge and measure everything from that. And then also note that the holes are positioned by their center points. In the instructions, I noted that the import did not bring the whole information in with it, so all I needed you to do was locate the position of the hole by the center point. I don't care about the diameter or radius or anything in this. This was mostly about datum. Alright, so notice that we started from this reference edge, and we go from there to the next feature, then to the next feature, then to the next feature, to the next feature, to the next feature. Notice that I did not go to the top of this radius because that is defined by a radius elsewhere. I didn't have to define the edges of this either, just the top and the bottom of this part. Okay, let's look at the width. So same as the last one, you have to choose a reference edge and go from there. I had to give width information in 3 different places to fully describe it, but notice there's no duplication. Let's go look at the bottom. At the bottom here, you see that I started from this leftmost edge every time. And the bottom tells me everything that's going on across here. And then at the center, from here, going across the top profile. And then up here, locating these holes and the overall width. But again, notice there is no duplication. And then for the depth, I started from the front in both views. So this is the front at the top view, this is the front from the right view. And then I positioned these holes, and I liked how this little profile shows here. So to keep this side from being cluttered up as much, I put these 2 measurements on this side. And then over here, I went from the front to the back. First, I dimensioned the details of this little feature here, and then I went to this edge and this edge. I did not go to these 2 because they're done over here. All right. Some tips that were helpful. I reduced the scale to 1 to 3 instead of the default for the drawing to make it where the different views fit on there and left me room to do the measurements. And then I also clicked on the little wrench here and reduced the precision so that the decimal places were not as much. And while I didn't put that specifically in the instructions, if you choose to do this one again to try to improve your grade or take an opportunity of a makeup assignment, this is something you can do as well. So I reduced the precision and went from there. So that's a real quick overview of what it should have looked like. Here's what the final drawing should have looked like. Notice no overlap, no dimensioning to hidden lines, no duplication. Everything's fully dimensioned. Everything's measured from specific reference edges. We're not jumping around to different things. Okay, so except for the whole information, you could send this to a machine shop and they could build it for you.